Alright, now we're rolling. Now we're cooking with gas. We'll step that through. Step that through. Step that through. Step that through. We'll listen to the ATIS while we're just sitting here, right?
Yeah.
Who's messed with my radius? See, somebody's messing with my radius.
454 Zulu.
Change for ground, FA vehicle
540 at 8. 64 ground 0.
Ground FA 56.
But we'll let it warm up. It's actually already in the green now, so we're actually good enough to do a run-up.
From Mike to the glide club that's right here.
But we'll give it a minute. We'll listen to the ATIS. We're in no hurry, right? We're just going to take our time. I'm going to hit direct.
Ground damage at 8.
Trying to think where I want to go. Let's just go. Let's just type in Lexington for now, just to have something in there. It's 232.
Runway 23 left and runway 5 right RVR
232, something like that. They're using runway 23, right?
Hold short instructions.
So I'll point that at it. We'll set this one at 232. Just don't worry, there's not going to be a test later. I'm just flowing through this.
Initial contact. You have information.
Should we do this camera too?
Why not?
Why not? What the heck? Let's see if I can get it going.
When in
Greensboro Airport
GSO.
AI test information, Juliet.
Alright, it's going.
454 Zulu.
Set it like right there somewhere. I don't know.
Visibility 10.
I don't know.
Clouds at 6,500.
Good morning,
We'll just put it right there.
Charlie Pop 4, we're at the service center. Juliet.
Maybe I should put it facing this way.
Squawking.
I don't know what we want to do.
Station 850.
We'll figure it out later. Alright, let's listen to the ATIS. Let's pay attention. I'm going to get a little air going.
Okay.
There's our little air. Is that our air?
Let's runway 5 right.
There we go. Just a little air going.
Hello, ground, Cessna 287.
Hey, I'm gonna do the run up real quick. You know, the mag check and all that. We're gonna run it up to 1700 RPM.
Okay, short flight up to the Blue Street practice area and back. And,
You do that 3 times?
I'm gonna do the mag check first, 1700. So then I'm just gonna check the mags, right? Left, drops a little bit, back to both. Right, drops a little bit, back to both. And I'm looking at the mag drop, right? And then I cycle the prop. Let it drop back up.
Okay, Attaboy 3000, 2435 and 5207.
Manifold rise, drop in RPM, and then oil pressure.
Go back, read back correct, runway
Booze,
23 right, taxi
And then that's it. That's it for the run up.
1,000 scattered.
I'll go back to 1,000 RPM or so.
Delta Hotel for some.
And then the nut center test. See that red button next to the key?
Yep.
You push and hold it. We check our lights. That checks all our warning lights. So everything works.
Hotel warning.
We're good.
Roger.
I'll take that off.
Let's runway 5 right out of service. Let's runway 23 left out of service.
I don't have electric trim. You have an electric trim here, right? To do the trim wheel.
Okay.
Right. So I think it's got it set pretty good for takeoff.
Right RVR out of service.
We'll put it about 3.
Charlie Papa ground.
Yeah, we just got an annunciation on the airplane. We might have to stop for a minute.
I was trying to hear what the ATIS is. Yeah.
Right.
Park us, we might need to jump out of the plane for a sec.
You have information, Juliet.
Juliet. And then sometimes the music, I'll unplug it because I'll get a copyright strike if it.
Yeah, how long do you think you need?
All right, put your feet on the pedals. I'm holding the brakes for you, just to make sure we're not rolling. We have Juliet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That's fine. Why don't you just stop right there on mic, short of mic 1, and
Wait for this guy.
you can do it right there.
Okay, we can do that. Or you can, if you want to give us an intersection departure and park us on like mic 6, we can do that as well.
Okay, we can do that too. Sure. You
And
can
I'll lean the mixer a little bit while we're sitting here still, so we don't foul the plugs.
Idea. You should work around here.
I'll add it to my resume. We'll go mic 6,
Oh my
short of
goodness.
23
Let's
left.
get
Thanks,
chatty.
Charlie Papa.
Ground Bonanza 2357 November.
Bonanza 2357 November ground.
Yes, sir. We're at Signature. We got Juliet looking to just go VFR down to High Rock Lake or something at 3,000, 3,500.
Is that down by
Lexington.
Asheboro?
Down by Lexington or something.
Okay, yeah.
You don't know where High Rock Lake is? Come on,
Right.
man. You're not from here? All right, I'm going to unplug that.
Guess not.
All right, he's going to give us, maintain
Clear.
VFR at or below 3,000, departure 2435, squawk, such and such, and I'll type that in. Normally you'd be writing this
November,
down.
maintain VFR at or below 3,000, departure 126.6, squawk 5211.
Okay, 2357 November, we'll maintain VFR below 3000, departure 266 and 5211 on the squawk. We're ready to taxi from Signature with Juliet.
57 November, read back correct, runway 23 left, taxi via Kilo 6.
Kilo 6 going to 23 left, 2357 November. And that's our number. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can.
See,
Unfortunately, I'm so low,
right.
I see it.
So we're going to gas on a little bit, feet are on the floor, so to speak, right? So you're not touching the brakes. So we'll gas on it just a little bit. Once it gets rolling, we can pull the power back. And then step on the right rudder a little bit, so we're going to go to the right.
Okay.
We're coming out here. It is a direct linkage, unlike some airplanes. Some airplanes have that, like a Cessna has that spring loaded.
Yeah.
So kick it straight for a little bit. Right, we're just going to go nice and smooth with the throttle. And then we're turning right here. I know, I should have got you a pillow to sit on, right?
No, it's okay.
When I was learning to fly, I sat on a pillow. I had a pillow behind me, and my grandfather made rudder pedal extensions so I could reach the pedals.
Right.
Because I was not 4'11". I wish I was that tall. I was probably,
Oh, okay.
I don't know what I was.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We're going to go to the left, right?
Right.
No, left. We're going to go left.
Let's start turning now.
Let's see if I can reach. I can't reach that pillow that she's got back there. I'll say you can sit on a pillow. Or fold up your jacket and sit on it if you need to see better. Once we get going, though, you don't really need to see over the nose.
Right.
Once you're going. Oh, he's going to say side. Look how crooked. They're drunk. They've been drinking. And then you don't have to touch the yoke, right? Because you're steering with your feet. The Bonanza, unlike other airplanes, has an interconnect system. So when you step...
There, Charlie Pop. Once we get on the mic, if you want us to stay with you or switch over to
I'm going to gas on it because this guy's going to be turning off probably, right?
Charlie Papa, you can stay with me, I guess, until you're ready.
Oh, he's turning left, so no big deal. Okay.
And then just...
So then I'm going to pull it back to 1,000 RPM.
Copy that, thank you.
And obviously the faster we go, it's almost easier to taxi, right?
Right. I'm so sorry. I'm all over the
No,
place.
you're good, you're good. Oh, trust me, it's no big deal. But it's just little bitty corrections, right?
Mike, Alpha, cross run, or...
As we take off, as I get power, you need right rudder for the torque of the engine, right? So as you, and this is a 300 horsepower engine, so it has a lot of torque.
Right.
So it's going to try to pull you to the left.
So you can move more right.
So you have to give it right pedal as we accelerate. And then as we get going, the air is going over the tail, so that helps you even more. But I'm going to help you, right? I'm going to walk you through it. I'm not going to make you do everything by yourself.
Well, why not?
There's somebody coming in on base. See him, big plane right there?
I see him.
And then there's traffic at the end, the wheels up guy, and then there's somebody on the other side.
I see him.
4, Papa Bravo.
This airplane would spoil you there. What I was going to say is there's an interconnect system.
4, Papa Bravo.
So when you step on the rudders, it actually pulls on the aileron a little bit, right? See how the yoke is moving when you step on it? And that's basically, it makes it a very pilot-friendly airplane. You know how when you have to turn, when you turn right aileron, you're supposed to get right rudder?
Yeah.
To keep it coordinated, to keep the ball in the middle?
Yeah.
This one is kind of helping you a little bit. It's got little bungee cord system.
I can feel them.
That kind of pulls, so that way when you're flying, you really don't have to be.
What's your type?
So on guard.
Type is an RB7.
So it makes lazy pilots, really. So it's not a good trainer for that aspect, because it does. It's a pilot's airplane because it flies so well. The Baron is like that too. It just flies so nice. Wherever you put it in a bank and let go, it stays there. You know, it's just rock solid.
You know George, right? George Johnson.
Delta to the MRO.
Yes.
I always hear him talk about Bonanzas and Barons. The Bonanza man.
Before Papa Bravo, maintain VFR at or below 3,000. Departure 126.6. Squawk 5125.
5125 and 126.
To 316, hold the short 32 on mic.
What was that code again for Papa Bravo?
Are we taxiing out behind that Gamma jet?
Yeah.
At 316, cross runway 32, Alpha to the ramp.
Well, that's an FAA airplane.
32, Alpha to the ramp, jet at 316.
Oh, nice.
Before Papa Bravo, 5125 is the code.
All right. Now that he's busy yakking, I'm going to go to tower.
Hotel 4, cleared for takeoff.
26.6 was our departure they gave us, right?
Hotel 4 and 300 heading. 72 Quebec.
Any anomaly
Gamma Jet 829, turn
after
left
takeoff,
heading 180.
we'll land straight ahead. If we get a little bit of altitude, I'll take over, obviously.
Okay.
You just fan me or something, keep me from sweating too much.
Start turning?
Yep, and I can pull the power back, and I can get on the brakes a little bit. The brakes are on the toes. I'll get you a little brakes. Slow us down a little bit.
We're going to hold
Tower,
it here.
Bonanza 2357 November, ready to go 23 left. Yep, we'll hold short of that
Bonanza
line.
2357 November, Greensboro Tower, roger.
So she said she didn't tell us anything, so we'll just stop right here. Alright, so I'll get on the brakes. I'm on the brakes on the toes, right?
Venus 30, turn right heading 320.
And then it's always about 1,000 RPMs for idle.
And contact departure
Just for cooling of the engine, right? Just like any piston airplane. You want to bump it up to that, because it'll go slower than that.
320, 3000, and 4.5.
124.35.
Thank you, 12435.
And, I don't know, we ain't going to do this.
Greensboro Tower, Navy, Lima 882 with you on the ILS, runway 23 right. Touch and go.
Yeah. That's right.
Navy Lima 882, Greensboro Tower, runway 23 right. Cleared for the option. And did you want to stay with the tower this time or go back to radar again? Bonanza 57 November, runway 23 left. Line up and wait.
Line up and wait, 23 left, 2357 November. So I get lights on, picture comes rich, and then we'll gas on a little bit. So we're going to get out there on the runway and wait, right?
Right.
And we'll just kind of follow the line, right? Sort of. And then when we get out there, we'll stop. She's just waiting for the Honda to clear.
November 3 November Charlie, say parking.
Corey. He's going to Corey.
November 3 November Charlie, roger. Turn right when able and contact ground plane.
That's one that Richard Petty uses sometimes. That.
Okay, right when able.
Over there at Corey.
Yeah. Alright, we'll slow down. I'm going to get on the brakes. Alright. And then since like it hasn't flown in a while, I'm going to be real gentle with it on the power. Make sure she's running good before we take off. I'll lean to make sure while we're sitting here. I don't like doing these.
57 November, fly runway heading, runway 23 left, cleared for takeoff.
Runway heading, cleared to go 23 left, 2357 November. Alright, here we go. We're going to go that. I'm going to turn the fan off. I'm going to just gas on it for you. So you just put one hand on the yoke, put your left hand on the yoke, right? As I gas on it, it's going to try to veer to the left a little bit.
Right, I feel it.
Alright, so we got power. Everything's in the green. It's running good. Winds are kind of good, so don't chase it don't go too much, right? Just little bitty corrections. Don't step on them too much. And we're waiting for about 90, like I said. The little bitty corrections. There's 80, 85, 90. So pull back just a little bit. Pull back a little more, a little more, a little more. A little bit more. Just pull a little more. There we go. We're off the ground. I tap the brakes. Gear comes up. Lights off. And I'll get the yaw damp on, and it kind of helps you with the rudder.
Okay.
So you don't really have to do much with the rudders now.
Okay.
We're going to fly runway heading, so I'll put it in heading mode.
1850 Charlie Pops,
I'm going to get it climbing a little better.
23 left.
I'll try to trim it.
November 850 Charlie Papa, Greensboro Tower. Taxi out onto runway 23 left and proceed down and then turn left onto...
So we're going to try to go straight. I know you can't see over the nose. I can't either. But we're just going to follow this guy.
Okay.
Proceed on to 23 left.
Or something like that, right?
And exit at Mike 5, 850 Charlie Papa.
Just kind of look out the window, right? We'll keep it climbing at 500 foot a minute. So pitch back just a little bit more. Not too much. Or we're going to do a loop. We don't want to do a loop-de-loop, right? And I'm holding just a little bit of right rudder, but you don't have to. I'm just going to hold a little bit just to keep the ball in the middle.
Okay.
When I turn on the yaw damp, it kind of helps.
Right.
Which a lot of training airplanes don't have that.
Navy Lima 813, contact departure 124.35.
Seems to be running good, though.
Departure 813.
I followed the prow back to 25. We're turning a little bit.
November 57 November, proceed on course and contact departure.
Okay, on course over to departure, 57 November, good day. They're going to think we're drunk. Look at her, it's turning again.
Oh.
So don't really go with your feet so much. Just,
Okay.
So if we're crooked, undo it, right? If the wind pushed you to make you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you're good. We're VFR, they don't care. Greensboro departure, Bonanza 2357 November 2000, climbing 3000, or direct Lexington.
Or 2357
That was from
November,
outside.
departure, radar contact, VFR climb approved.
And that's where we need to stay
57
at.
November. Yeah, he said VFR climb's approved, so we go to 35. We'll do 35. All right, here's your vent if you want it.
I'm good.
I know, you're just focusing. Oh, look, my RPM, what's that? Now that's acting up.
needs to stay in the green, right?
No, it's jumping around. It's something
Yeah.
wrong with the gauge. It's something wrong with the gauge. It's not the engine doing that.
Right.
It's because they don't fly this thing enough, right? It's sitting. That's not good for them.
No.
But that's what we're doing today. We're going to run her hard. We're going to go to 33,500. We're at 2,500. It's going to beep again now that it's 1,000 to go. And we're doing about 500 foot a minute. Climbing at 120 knots, right? So we're doing good.
Okay.
We get to altitude, you're just going to kind of lower the nose a little bit, let it accelerate, and you can trim. So if you're pushing, like right now we're climbing nice, right?
5-7 November,
Right.
advising you're on station.
Okay, 5-7 November. I don't know why he said that, but all right, we'll let him know.
So, explain to me trim again.
The
That
trim,
kinda
there's a
levels me off.
little trim tab on the tail of
Yeah.
the elevator.
Uh-huh.
So if it's climbing too much, like relax, let go of the yoke for a second, right? So it's climbing good right there, hands free, right?
Yeah.
But if it was climbing too much, if you were having to push forward a little bit,
Yeah.
you could trim it with that. So push that up and down, you'll feel it moves. You got to push both buttons at the same time though. You feel it moving us?
Yeah.
Right, so when we get it trimmed, where it's feeling pretty good, you leave it alone, right? I'm going to turn off the flight director because he's telling you all kinds of lies. And we'll go to the right just a little bit, maybe 10 degrees to the right.
Right there?
Yeah, and now roll wings level. So we're still turning a little bit, so roll wings level. So you got to undo the turn, right?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But unlike your car, once you get in the bank, you're done. It stays there, right?
Uh-huh.
Oh, look at that. That's going bonkers. I don't know what I'm going to do about that. We used to go to over at Corey. They've got maintenance.
Do they not
But
have that for GA anymore?
The guy I was using is gone. He left.
Everybody.
There's our
does
3,500. So let's lower the nose just a little bit. So push it over at first, and then get the nose right about there is level.
Okay.
Right there is wings level. So now trim it so you're not having to push. So
Down
you
or
trim
up?
it forward to push down, right? And just give it little bumps, right? Right there. Maybe not too much. That might have been too far. Right, so pull it back a little bit. I'm going to trim it right in, somewhere in there. Right? I'm going to pull our power back to 25 inches. 25 inches. My RPM's obviously wacky. That sucks that that gauge is wrong. I don't know if I can find the... I might be able to find the wire myself and fix it. It might be a loose wire on the...
T-minus 6052, greens for departure, radar contact, final
And I'm
maintain
going to lean the mixture just a little bit, about 18 gallons an hour.
12,000 feet.
All right, that's Lake Tomalak or whatever, Thomasville Lake. So we'll go towards that. See the lake?
Yeah.
That little long skinny lake?
Return?
Yeah, so aim at that. We ain't got to overcomplicate things and use the GPS, right? We can look out the window.
Yeah. Sorry, it was a
And you
bit
can see on
for
the map.
degrees.
See the map, the little lake?
Yeah.
It looks just like that, right?
Yeah.
Right? Same way over here if I zoom in.
Turn left heading
So, when I'm trimming,
50,
I look at this gauge.
No. What I'm saying is if we're climbing, I wanted you at 3,500. So we're about 200 feet high.
Okay.
So let's go down a little, and it's climbing. So it's steadily climbing slowly. So right there is going downhill a little bit,
Uh-huh.
and just hold it for a second.
Okay.
And if it needs down trim, you can trim it down, but just little bitty bumps, okay? Because it moves kind of quick. So it might need to go, if you're pushing forward, you need to push the trim forward.
Okay.
So push it forward a little bit more. Another click down. That beep was letting us know that we left our altitude. It's
Oh, okay.
kind of warning you, like, hey.
Turn 10 whiskey, greens for departure.
But we're VFR, so it doesn't really matter. And now we're climbing, we're going down fast, right? Woo! So just a little bitty credit, and I'll raise the nose just right there. And it's going to stop here in a second.
Okay. I'm not drunk, I promise.
And now we're climbing a little bit. So
Okay.
that's, the little oscillations is because trim is basically speed dependent, right?
Right.
So once you've got it trimmed for straight and level flight at a certain speed, if you pull back and it gets slow, the airplane's going to try to lower the nose on its own and regain that speed.
Right.
Because the airplanes are inherently stable, right? They've got dynamic stability. When you're going through all your ground school stuff, you'll learn all about the aerodynamics, the stability of the airplane. And they make them so that they're stable. The center of gravity is slightly ahead of the center of lift. So that way, if the airplane gets disturbed, if you just let go, it should, If I pulled back real hard, like climb like crazy, and then let go, it's going to try to lower the nose.
Yeah.
It's going to get a little fast. It'll dive for a little while, and then it starts pulling up. And they'll do oscillations until they get smaller and smaller and smaller. But it's inherently stable. It's trying to return to that straight and level.
Is that like when you watch these movies when people are like crashing?
Oh, it's not. If you let go of it, it's going to recover on its own.
Yeah.
And same way in bank. This airplane, some airplanes not so much. Some of them are more straight wings, but this it's dihedral this way, right? So they arch upward. And what that does is it makes it more stable in a turn. So when you turn the airplane like this and you just let go and you let go, it's going to stay there in that turn, all right? And then to undo the turn, you've got to undo it and then tell it when to stop, right?
Right.
We'll get out of his airspace though, and we can do whatever we want.
Who's he?
Greensboro.
Oh, okay.
12615 to November Charlie.
Or 10 Whiskey, turn on the left heading 050.
Lexington, but that's okay. We're going to go towards the lake. Yeah, that's the guys below us, and there's somebody at the airport.
About 6052, contact Washington Center 124.05. Have a good day.
2405, Piedmont 6052.
And Greensboro 2357 November. We'll go ahead and terminate radar service.
2357 November, Rogers. Go ahead and squawk VFR. Radar service terminated. Frequency change approved. No traffic in the area.
Okay, we'll talk to you on the way back. Thank you. All right. So I'm squawking 1200 VFR. I'm going to go to 22.8 because that's a lot of the frequencies at some of these airports around here.
Right, we're picking up all that.
Yeah, so we'll listen to them. Now let's go back to the left. See if you can find Lexington Airport. Or see if you can find High Rock Lake from here, right? Do you see High Rock Lake?
Over there?
Yep, that's it.
I need to go towards
So we'll go towards that way somewhere, right? That's High Rock. And then further down is Baden Lake. So we'll go more towards this way for a little while. It's a little hazy.
Just a wee bit. Am I turning too steep?
No. We're only doing about
10,
15 degrees, 20 degrees, somewhere in there.
Traffic time
Typically, you don't want to turn more than 30 degrees, right?
Yeah.
When you're just in the pattern or whatever, just flying around.
7 miles final.
But for your private pilot check ride, you do a 45-degree bank for the steep turns.
I would love that.
So we'll get out here. We'll get over the lake and you turn around.
5 miles north of the field.
We'll just make sure there's no traffic.
Right.
Turn it down a bit.
500 right descending teardrop. So left. Sir, 585. Echo Juliet, left downwind runway.
That's Lexington, Davidson County is what they call it, right? This is Thomasville that we're going over, right?
Yeah.
This is business 85. That's irregular 85 right there. That's it, right? All right, so you know where we're at.
I think I do.
Don't get us lost. And aim right about a little bit over towards this part of the water. That little white smoke is PPG, is the glass factory down in Lexington, right? PPG. And the airport is to the right of the highway. I don't actually see it. That airport right there?
Either. Is that it?
It's to the right of the highway. I don't really see it.
What's that strip right there?
I don't know. I think it's just... Oh, no, there's...
That looks like a strip to me.
That is it. That's it.
Do I need to aim towards that?
No, we're not going there.
Oh, okay.
I just told him that just to get us in this area. But yeah, that's Lexington right there.
Okay.
So this road right here is Business 85.
Right.
And that's the bypass up ahead.
Cirrus 585. Echo Juliet, left base runway 24.
But I like to listen because these guys are flying around in the pattern. We're just going to go over the lake.
Downwind runway 23.
I don't really want to do a lot of takeoff and landings because we're changing power settings a lot.
Yeah.
I want to run it hard
Exactly.
for the break-in. It may already be broken in. I don't know. It really isn't using a lot of oil, so it may have already, the rings may have already seated.
Right.
But I don't want to take a chance because if you don't break it in properly, then you're stuck with that forever.
Yeah.
Because
Might as well do it right.
it'll start burning oil or whatever, and then you're stuck with it. There's no undoing it.
It's
all about the rings.
It's not really bumpy today.
Well, not too bad. I flew yesterday with Dunbar. I'll have to edit this out if I say anything bad about it. I won't say anything bad about it. It was windy, and he was doing fine until he heard the person say how windy it was. The tower gave him a wind check. She says, wind, whatever, 250 at something, gust to 20. And he's like, 20? He said, I knew it was windy. I said, you didn't know it was windy until she told you.
Right.
Now you're stressing over it. Just fly the airplane, right?
Right.
That's the big train depot at Lexington, right?
Yeah,
I don't know if you ever seen that.
I have.
It's a big, big. I don't know if they do much anymore. But
I don't think they do.
We can go.
so we're doing pretty good, right? We're holding pretty level. So the plane is holding level. Once you get it trimmed, though, that is the main thing, is trimming an airplane. Not all airplanes have electric trim like this one.
No,
so you would have to reach
none of the
down and
ones
move.
I have.
You'd have to move the manual trim. And some of the old planes have like a crank up here to trim it.
That's what I'm
Oh, look
used
at
to.
that. That thing is going bonkers. That's a gauge issue. There's an electric transducer thing that tells you the RPMs, and that's,
It's just,
yeah, something's wrong with wires loose or something.
Basin County traffic clear 16 November 841. Sierra Charlie will taxi runway 24, be off.
All right, he's at Lexington too, eh? I do my accents for my fans. All right, we'll go over the water out here somewhere, and we'll do some turns and whatever, you know.
Can we turn now?
You can do whatever you want. We're in uncontrolled airspace, right? We're allowed to do what we want. All right, I'm going to change the RPMs a little bit, even though I don't know what they are. I'm just going to kind of listen, for the engine. We're going to go 24, so we're kind of, or 23. We'll pull the power back a little bit. So now it might start sinking because I pulled back power, right? So it might need a little nose up trim, just a little, right?
Trim it. Is that up or down?
Yep. So it's just the same way you're pulling on the yoke. If you're having to pull back pressure, you pull the switch towards you. If you're having to push forward,
That
you push.
was too much, wasn't it?
I don't know. It's hard for me to say because I'm not feeling it, right? You're the one climbing, you know? So we're climbing just a little. So yeah, lower the nose. And a lot of it is the sight picture, learning where the cowling should be for level flight.
Right. Now I'm descending a little bit, so I
Yeah,
need to
our
fix
little
that.
airplane is dipping below the horizon, so he knows we're descending. We're descending.
There we go. That feels right.
Yeah, right in there looks good. He's burning something over here too. Big fire. What time did we take off? Do you know?
Around
I'm gonna look.
10:56, I think.
We ain't been flying 30. Oh, we powered up at 30 minutes, so we cranked it up 30 minutes ago. I don't know what time we took off.
Last time I looked at the clock, I think I saw 10:56 when we were when we were
All
holding
right.
short.
So about 15 minutes. We've flown about 15 minutes in. I used to fly out of Lexington doing flight instruction when I first started as an instructor. And our little intro flights, when we took someone for a little intro flight, you know, the $99 intro,
Yeah.
we'd come down here to this part of the lake and just turn around and go straight back. That was about 30 minutes.
I've descended a little bit, haven't I?
Yeah, so we can just pitch it up a little bit, or I can give you a little power. Alright, let's go to the right. So let's do like a 90 degree, I want to go like 90 degrees over that way, towards that waterway. And as you turn, you have to pull in some back pressure because the airplane's going to try to descend, right? So you have to see how we're sinking. So
Yeah.
pull in a little back pressure right there, just pull the nose up.
Grand 7349, 5 miles out for your water.
There's nobody on the lake.
See anybody?
I see some fancy houses. Fancy pools. We'll go back to the left so you can see out your side.
2 Lima turning final for runway 21, full stop, dash bro.
And then start pulling. Just a little, there you go. Not too much or we're going to climb, but that's all right. Any altitude we lose, we can gain back later. I'm going to give you a little power to scooch it back up.
Traffic says 87.
So crank it around that way. We'll follow down the lake a little bit. As long as we don't get into their airspace, because it is a controlled airport, that be Stanley County,
Right.
and we're sinking a little bit.
Sorry.
That's all right. Look at all the trees are dying or something on the...
It looks kind of dead.
Here's the dam. So this is High Rock Lake, and then down here is Baden Lake.
Left crosswind.
See the dam? You see the dam or no?
I see it right there.
Charlie taking off runway 24 on Alpha.
24 on Alpha. I want to zoom in because there's more traffic down here. There's somebody out here over that lake, so we'll keep going straight. See that dude there?
Runway.
So we'll climb up a little. I'm going to give you a little power. We'll gradually climb back up to 35.
I'm scared. I don't want to like
Yeah, that's fine.
take you for a ride.
No, that's all right. You're not gonna make me sick, I don't think. If you did, I will take over. Be like, nah. I'm gonna give you a little power just to scooch us up there.
Okay, so
He's probably doing air work too. No, that's all right.
Traffic counter 407 Kilo Victor. We're about 6 miles to
The Bonanza's peppy, so you know, just the nose being up just a little can gain or down a little. You know, it's very sensitive. You know, but it just takes practice trimming it. Right?
Lumberton traffic, cap 3242. We're entering the downwind for 31. Lumberton traffic.
We just don't want to go into his airspace, so we can't go too far down the lake unless we went below his airspace. But we're not going to do that. Or above his airspace. I think his airspace is 2,500, so we're probably good at this end.
Where's the traffic on the downwind? Control traffic, Diamond 942 Lima, clear 21.
County traffic, Cessna 9835 Golf is going to low
He's following us.
runway 6. We are...
So I feel it pulling
Pulling which way?
down.
What do you mean? Pulling what? The yoke?
Yeah.
So let go a little bit. We're climbing because you're climbing.
Oh, okay.
All right. So yeah. Oh yeah. You got it. You don't have it trimmed, right? We're gonna trim it. I'll trim it a little bit. There we go. I'll just manually.
Should I have done it up or down?
No, that's right. If you were pulling, you'd have to pull it back. Pull the
Okay.
switch back.
Okay.
So if it's climbing still, you're having to push now?
Thank you.
Maybe.
And the serious side is on final.
It's so sensitive. It takes just very little bitty changes, right? Just a little quick hit of the switch. Just doop, doop.
Okay.
So now we're going back down a little.
Tango departing the area to the north 3000 Shelby.
This is considered Tuckertown Lake or whatever. Or what is it called? Yeah, Tuckertown.
Town Lake?
Tuckertown.
Tuckertown?
Before it turns into Baden.
Cap 3935.
So that's more Baden down there, the big part.
We'd like to do a stop and go.
And then it runs into the PD River, right? That goes all the way down to Myrtle Beach if you kept following it.
Oh, really?
It'd take you a while because it zigzags
Right.
a lot.
I see it zigzagging all the way up there.
Final published manual for the ILS runway 6 in county.
We got you.
All right, let's do a U-turn.
Traffic landing on 2
Down.
we're above you.
Yeah, I just don't want to get too close to his airspace, especially if we're going low. And then you got to get back pressure, is it because we're sinking?
Okay.
So I'm gonna demonstrate, right? I'm gonna
Okay.
demonstrate. So here we are, nice and level,
Yeah.
right? Looking out the window, right? I'm gonna get it to stop sinking. We'll give it a second. There's a little lag. All right, so now we're nice and level, right? We're cruising
Okay.
along. I want to turn left. I just turn left, but I don't let the nose drop. So I'm giving a little bit of back pressure
Okay.
until I get in the turn.
Okay.
It doesn't take much back pressure, just a little bit of, just so the nose doesn't drop. And if that little tip of that thing should be right on the horizon, basically.
Okay.
Should be nice and level on the horizon, sort of, right?
Okay, so I need to go
So
by
I'm
the
pulling
tip
a little
and not
bit.
the bottom.
If I was going to hold this for a long period, I would trim it, but I'm not. So when we get turned back around, I'm gonna roll out, and then I'll relax the back pressure.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it's not going to hurt anything to get aggressive, right? I just have to give it more back pressure. If I turn, the sharper I turn,
Uh-huh.
the more back pressure I have to give.
Okay, I feel
Right?
it. Yeah.
And you're going to feel more G's, right? That's 30-degree bank right there. So that's not that steep. All right, we're getting turned all the way around. I'm just making sure there's no traffic. We're right on the edge of his airspace, so we're going to... And then 45 degrees is halfway between those two. So I'll show you about 45. So right there is about 45 degrees. And then you got to pull a lot of back pressure or it sinks,
Pull
right?
it down.
Right, so there's 45 degrees right there. For the check ride would be 45 right there. Right, and once you get established, it holds rock solid as long as you don't mess with anything, right?
Yeah.
And then just undo it, and then I relax the back pressure when I roll out. Right? Let's get back towards the lake. I'm gonna give you a little trim. That's 30 degrees of bank right there. So you got it. So hold a little back pressure while we're turning,
Okay.
just to keep it from the nose trying to fall, right?
Okay.
And then when we roll out, relax the back pressure, right? You know what I'm saying?
I do.
It's just minor corrections. And a lot of it is a sight picture. You really should be sitting up higher. It would be easier because then you could see
How?
that the cowling should be like just a little bit below the horizon,
We'll enter a
right? Or maybe even the top of this on the horizon.
Yeah.
So getting that sight picture, if you're sitting down where I'm trying to put my eyes where yours are, you're like, you can't see the horizon.
I'm right
So it's
here.
kind of hard because the
Yeah.
horizon is slightly below the cowling, right? they almost need to be sitting up on something, a cushion or something, right?
I think so.
You got to be. It's all about the sight picture, because I couldn't fly down here. I wouldn't know am I level or not. I can't see the horizon.
Right.
Expro traffic, 942.
And then if I get too high, it messes up what I'm used to seeing, right? Because I'm kind of used to these airplanes.
And I feel like part of my issue is I don't really know how to read my gauges.
Yeah. But see, some of that's irrelevant if you can see out. You can see that we're level.
563 up Sierra. Final runway 21, Hartsville traffic.
I don't know where Hartsville is. Yeah, that's driving me crazy. I'm gonna have to see if I don't know if I can fix that myself, or I don't know where it hooks to. There's a little electrical wire on a transducer somewhere on the engine, and I don't know.
It's going crazy.
And it might be just unplugged or chafed wire or something. Who knows?
By the looks of it, it's unplugged.
Yeah, or it's something's plugged in too much or something. I'm gonna go back a little more RBM.
So I've been flying way too low this whole time, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'd like 3,500, which would be down there to the 5.
Richmond Tower, cap 3935.
Can we get up there?
Right there,
Yeah.
runway 32.
There you go, that's enough. It's climbing at 100 foot a minute. Now it's doing 200 foot a minute. If you're only going a little bit, you don't want to climb too fast, or otherwise when you get there, you're gonna go either past it, or then you're doing that number chasing it, right? There's a boat out there coming along, and we'll keep an eye out for that guy because he's 200 below us, so he's at 3,000. So
Okay.
we'll scooch up to 35.
Traffic, this is 257 Alpha Tango.
And I'll just put that right there. That's where we're going. That's PPG, the big white plane out there.
Oh yeah. My stepmother used to work there.
And then when I was just flying around with none of this stuff, I would just kind of aim at that, and then the airport's on the other side of it, right? Eventually we'd find it.
So should I be aiming at that, or you still want me to?
No. We can keep just going up the water.
Downwind runway 2.
I'm
I just
good
want to
where
scooch
I'm
away
at,
from this
right?
guy. So let's pitch up. Let's pitch up a little more.
Okay.
I'm looking for him. It's saying it gave me a little traffic alert. He's below us somewhere. Oh, Sam, he's behind us now, wherever he is. So let's make sure we don't sink that. I'm going to give you a little nose up trim, just a little.
Okay.
We can get away from that guy. He's behind us now.
Right.
All right, now you can lower the nose a little bit. Just a little. And sometimes it doesn't necessarily need trim, it just needs to be pushed over.
Okay.
You know, push it over, let it re-accelerate, and then it's good.
Okay. So that's good right now.
I think so.
Okay.
We'll see.
We're 3 miles
We'll see.
northeast of the airport, just about to enter the left downwind right downwind for 32.
That was beeping to let us know we're still climbing. We're climbing too much, right? So let's lower the nose just a little.
585 Echo Juliet, left downwind, runway 24, Davidson County.
Davidson County's busy today.
Final runway 21,
Still too high.
And I can see the airport off there too.
Cherokee 4 Foxtrot, Lima, we're flying the field west.
Yeah, we're climbing along. We're level now though, right?
Downwind.
That's all right. We'll just keep cruising along like
Tower
this.
77 Fox Air, Fox
Start
ID
turning?
block. We're entering a
Oh, we'll just stay over the water.
downwind for runway 32 right now.
I just don't want to be farting around over their airport,
Yeah,
you know,
the airspace.
yeah, they're you know,
Busy and.
and then we would show up and they're like, "What's that guy doing? Is he coming in to land or you know?"
Asheville traffic, 7 miles strike, about 6 miles downwind for runway 21, Asheville. Your cousin is Knoxville traffic, Tower 229 with runway 24.
It's kind of annoying, all these people talking.
Takeoff, departing the airspace.
Still climbing.
At 3,000.
Yeah, you are. That's all right. Eventually the plane won't be able to climb anymore. Eventually. Oh, now we're going back down. Now we're going down like crazy, but that's all right.
Left downwind, runway.
But little bitty corrections, right?
Okay, a little bit.
But you ain't bother me. You just mess around with it. Play around with it. I don't care. Do whatever. There's nobody around us.
Why do I keep climbing so much?
Because you're pulling, maybe. Or you pull.
I'm trying to push.
Trying to relax. Okay. I don't know. I can't tell you because I'm not feeling it, you know? and I can trim it with the electric trim more accurately than I can this one, because you barely bump this one. It's a lot.
Okay, help me.
All right, let's go back to the left. You'll lose altitude when you turn, right? Because the nose naturally wants to drop when you turn, right? So now we're sinking, right? And there's a little lag in this, even though it says instantaneous. So now we're like in one of those war movie dive bombs. I'm gonna ease the power back a little. So either roll out a little bit, pick the nose up just a little right there. Now you can roll back in. Now we're level as far as the attitude, and then roll over to the left. We'll go towards the water.
Richmond Tower, trap 3935, traffic in sight.
Maybe this airplane ain't as stable as I thought it was. Maybe it's just...
No, I think it's definitely
maybe
me.
somebody bent it or something. We're looking.
No, it's me.
Doing a 360 for aircraft space and for traffic.
All right, he's doing something at Ashford. All right, let's roll wings level for a second. Just wings level. Lower the nose just a little because we're climbing. Right there. Right in there somewhere. And I'm going to switch tanks. So we got to switch tanks.
Okay.
See the tank on the beside your leg? See it down there?
No.
Move your leg a little bit so I can see it too. Right. Move that leg further to the left. See the red handle?
Ah, yes.
Can you see what it says though? Don't just randomly flip it. We're going to switch it to the right tank.
Yes, I see it.
So it just makes you flip it.
Flipped it to the right tank.
All right, it's pointed to the right.
Yes.
All right, we still got fuel flow.
4 mile final, runway 32, Richmond.
So now we're on this tank.
Okay.
The low wing airplanes, you do have to switch tanks. So we flew about 30 minutes on that tank.
And it was full before?
Yeah, it was just like that one, almost full. I didn't have them all the way full. I filled it to the slots.
Davidson County traffic, helicopter 518 Whiskey Foxtrot on a 3 mile final, runway 24 on the RNAV.
We'll get down there gradually, so just be patient. Let it sink gradually, right? Because if you hurry down, now you're going real fast, and now it's going to be hard to level off.
Okay.
Right? If you sneak up on it, in other words. You know what I mean? Just gradual correction.
You're so patient.
And the Bonanza is a high-performance airplane. We're going fast, so little bitty changes, since we're going so fast, make a big difference. If you were in a slow airplane doing 100 knots, you pull back. It's going to take a few minutes before it does anything. You know, like a 170 or something, it's very sluggish. It's the difference between driving like an old pickup truck versus driving a little Porsche. Right? This is like rack and pinion steering. You know, it's very aggressive.
Right.
Whereas the other ones are very sloppy. You know, you'd have to put in a lot of control, and then it's just going to roll real slow. The roll rate is going to be faster on this, right?
I could tell.
Faster airplane. But it's not an airplane for a brand new student either, right? Not really. You know, I have taught people to fly in them, and it takes a little longer because it is a lot more going on with the prop and the power and the gear. You want to make sure they don't forget the gear, you know.
Davidson County traffic, helicopter 8 Whiskey Foxtrot, 1 mile final 24. Once we get past that aircraft on the taxiway, we'll sidestep for you guys.
Alright, there it is, yakking too much. Let's go to, where do I want to go?
The aircraft on the taxiway at Davidson County, you plan to take off runway 24?
Affirmative,
He probably is.
All right, I'm on the ILS runway 6, so I'll do it, Mr. Brooks.
So we're going to go over that way. So let's turn left. Left turn, Clyde.
And I'm about 8 miles out at this point.
You don't probably get that reference either. Oh my goodness, look at that steep bank.
Oh, sorry.
You're looking at your instruments and looking out the window. Right?
I was.
So now roll wings level. Roll wings level. Lower the nose a little bit. And go to the right just a little bit. We overshot a little bit. That's all right. We got somebody below us too over here in the water. So we're going to go this way to get away from them.
Okay.
There are a lot of people over the water today. It's probably flight schools from Lexington that come down here, right? We'll go towards Asheboro, even though I hear a few people over there too. We'll go to Asheboro and then back to Greensboro. That would be, it's telling on you. See, it's saying, because I got 35 set. So it's going to, every time you get away from it, it starts beeping.
377 Mike, turning final runway.
Because instrument pilots, you're only allowed 200 feet or you get in trouble, right?
Right.
You get a violated. But we're VFRs. So we can do whatever we want.
Left downwards and away.
Right.
How was the takeoff, guys? Did you like it? Loved it. Beautiful. She got off quick.
Alright, it must be flying a little light sport or something. Something home built.
Water coming off of it though.
Water coming off the plane.
What?
Tough traffic, Archer November 24139.
Who knows? Might be an amphib plane or something, right?
Over the South Boston vortex.
That'd be cool to have an amphib based in Lexington and then you go down the lake.
There is a land on it.
0901 is 12 miles out on the practice RNAV 14. Their circuit will land on 32.
Let's see if I can find my way. We need to go to the right just a little bit. I'm looking at this too, but there is a little mountain out there that's a good reference for Asheboro.
Asheboro traffic.
I got a little mountain out there. I don't know. But if you were sitting up a little higher, you'd be able to see better.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is you just kind of, you get on your heading, and then you look out the window and find something to fly towards, like that smoke. See the little smoke?
Yeah.
Just fly towards that.
Hey, help me. How
You know what I'm saying?
How do I get down?
Maybe it could be nerves. You just pull it, right? And sometimes the yoke might be a little sticky, right? So you just kind of push it, and then it stays there, right? Right, there we go. We're level, right? We're good.
Okay.
And like I said, it's trimmed for a speed. So if I pulled back just a little bit of power,
Drop
it's gonna try to descend slowly. And I can trim it down a little bit, just a little. It's okay. When we call Greensboro and we're talking to them, I will try to fly accurate
Okay.
altitude, so we don't get in trouble.
Right.
But out here, it doesn't matter. We're going to fly towards Asheboro. That way, when we go back, we might go towards my house, Archdale area. You live in Thomasville, or?
I live in Greensboro.
Oh, okay. You just have land in Thomasville.
I
You just
have land.
you just own an airport in Thomasville.
Right.
Thomasville International.
Ashley International. Brinkley
Yeah,
International.
there you go. Could be Ashley International. That'd be good. Or Ashley Regional.
Ashley
You don't want to be. You don't want too big airplanes coming. They're too noisy. Alright, plane seems to be running good other than my RPM gauge. That's whack.
Traffic, Cherokee 4 Foxtrot Lima, final.
I'll Google it though. Normally I would just take it right to the shop and tell them, hey, RPMs ain't working. And now it's not even jumping around, it's just pegged.
Right.
Circle to land 32. Like coming.
Because you kind of need that.
That's County Service 58.
Kind of. I don't do a lot of power settings in this airplane. We usually run wide open for takeoff, and then I pull it back to 2,500 RPMs.
Right.
And that's how we run it, because we like to run it fast. If you're trying to save fuel, you could pull it back to 21, like 21, 21.
Uh-huh.
And then you'd be in a economy mode. It's like a little grass strip right there. Never noticed that one.
Asheboro traffic, 216 Lehman is leaving Museum Parking for taxiway.
Be over Asheville right now.
Getting close. See the airport? There's the airport. See it to the right? Slightly to the right.
No.
The little strip in the woods going left to right, and all the big white buildings.
935.
To the
Yes.
right,
Yes.
down low.
Busy day, huh? We got traffic 12 o'clock.
Must be something going on at the museum, right? I just heard him saying he's leaving the museum parking.
Alright.
Which museum?
There's a museum at the Asheboro Airport.
Uh-huh. Oh.
Not worth the money, but it's for a good cause. Me and my daughter's been there before. It's like $10 to get in, and it's really not all that much stuff.
I can
But
imagine.
it's
It's
like,
Asheboro.
yeah. But there's some old warbirds, some military uniform, like dummies dressed up in the old World War II uniform.
Yeah.
And just some memorabilia, artifacts and stuff.
We'll plan across midfield and enter left traffic for 24, Davidson.
Are we going to come in to the left?
Yeah, we're going to go northbound, right? After we get to Asheboro. I was going to listen to the weather at Greensboro.
Let's runway 23 left down.
We're going to switch that to Greensboro.
Out of service. Precision approach path indicator.
When their little thing turns brown, that means they're on the ground. But there's somebody on final coming in. I don't know if you can see them.
I can't see him, but I see it here.
Yeah.
Clearance and taxi instructions.
Can't see them because we're getting so high up in the ground. Everybody's so little because we're way up there. We keep climbing. Hopefully I don't pass out from lack of oxygen.
No! I'm sorry.
It's not. It's not that bad.
Visibility 10.
All right, I need to pay attention to this. All right. If we look at all the we got two planes lining up, getting ready to go. They're waiting for the guy on final, right? I don't see him.
2.3.
I don't actually see him on here either. Oh, he's not on there anymore. Maybe he's already landed. See the two planes waiting?
Yeah.
Big airplane on the ramp too. I don't know what that is, a little King Air or something. Alright, let's turn left. Your altitude's looking good. We're shooting for 35. So don't let the nose drop in the turn. Right? So pull a little back pressure. Just a little more back pressure. A little more. Right there. We're going to go northbound, basically, to go to Greensboro. Oh, look, another one taxiing out.
See him.
Asheboro busy. You know, Asheboro, it's HBI is the letters for it.
Yeah.
I always called it Hillbilly International, HBI.
Hillbilly International. My grandma, she lives here.
Does she?
Yeah.
4638 radar contact 2 miles west of the Liberty VOR.
Altitude 3,500, 338.
0.3. Altimeter 3030.
3030, is that close?
Approach 23 right.
338, thank you. Expect runway 23 left.
Notice is
23 left, 338.
Try to get there.
runway 5 right out of service. ILS runway 23
There's Bowser Furniture. Now pitch up just a little. Right, we're sinking just a little. So right on our altitude. Right there is level. Right there's level. If you can hold it for a second, it should stabilize once the speed settles. Right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Runway hold short instruction.
338, runway 32 is available if you'd rather have that.
2.9
We can take 32, thank you, 338.
I need to stay at the 0.5, right?
Straight in runway 32.
Kilo.
We have Kilo.
32, 338.
I'm going to talk to him. Greensboro approach, Bonanza 2357 November. He ain't going to answer me. He's sneaky.
That's the 2357 November, Greensboro approach.
Yes, sir, 2357 November. We're over Asheboro at 3,500, back inbound for landing with Kilo.
And which type of Bonanza are you?
We're BE-36.
That's a 57 November, squawk 0130.
57 November. So I didn't have to read that back because he'll know if I got it wrong. He'll look. See.
Juliet Alpha,
So let's turn left.
124.
See that water up there? That's Random and Dam. The airport's off to the left a little bit, but we'll keep going towards that.
Radar contact 25 miles south Greensboro Airport. Expect runway 32.
57 November. All right. She's doing S turns. All right, let's go back to the right again. Well, yes, turning. We're trying to slow her down. See the airport. He said expect 3-2, which is fine.
Okay.
We can do 3-2.
I'm all over the place, Pete. I'm sorry.
Greensboro radar contact. Climb and maintain 12000.
So, Grandover. I don't know if you see Grandover out there. The little pinkish-looking white building, like straight right there, roll wings level. See that building out there all by itself?
Yes.
That's Grandover.
Okay.
We'll aim at that.
Actually, I can get you to direct to Wilmington if you'd rather have that.
And we just don't want to get too low because there are big antennas right out here. See the yellow one?
Direct to Wilmington for Lima Lima 82.
Right now, Navy Lima.
As long as we're above 3,000, we're okay with the antennas, though.
Okay.
For now, just remain on the 190 heading.
But at 3, you're pretty close because there's like 27, almost 2,800 feet is the tallest one over here. See the ones off to the right? See the one with the blinking light? And then the one looks like, I always called it the devil's pitchfork. It's like a 3-prong.
Yes.
That one's pretty tall too, but there's one, the other one is actually taller, I believe. Even though that one looks like the tallest one. You see them? See all of them?
I
right
do.
There? Some big antennas.
4 and 5. Included the candy cane one.
Yeah, that one's not real tall.
Navy Lima Lima 882, clear direct Wilmington Airport.
Clear direct to Wilmington.
And believe it or not, when they paint them red and white, they don't have to be lighted, right? They can
I would
paint
rather
them.
have them lidded.
But could you see that on a cloudy day?
No.
It's like, no way.
Not at all.
And even the strobe lights, you don't really always see them unless you're looking right at it. That real tall one though, that one with the pitchfork, it's spooky. I've gone past it at 3 and just get real close, and it just like, it gives me the heebie-jeebies thinking about the guy that had to change that light bulb. Can you imagine climbing that antenna to change the light bulb?
My grandfather, he used to be real big into radios, and he would put up these little towers, and me and my brother would climb up them for fun.
I don't think I'd climb one like that tall. I think the people that do that, they make
big money.
Big money, and they only do like so many per year. Like, you only have to do like 3 light bulb changes a year.
Right,
And you're
you're
done for the
done.
year. You're done for the year.
Sign me up.
Because you need like 30 grand to change that one bulb. You know, it only takes them 1 day to do it, but
Right.
it'd take me a long time to work up my nerve. All right, I don't know what he's saying. Student pilot. We got a student pilot here too. You can't.
377 Mike, Greensboro approach, Greensboro altimeter 3030, and say where your destination and requested altitude.
37 Mike, 3030, looking to go back to Monroe.
I did a photo flight out here somewhere. Victory Junction is right off to the right somewhere. Right, somewhere over there, right in that area.
7 Mike.
I don't see it.
You want to go at?
But I had a guy wanting to do a photo flight near there, and we were down real low, like 800 feet. And I said, we're getting close to these antennas. I said, the antennas, this one is taller than the forked one. See it right here to our right?
Yeah.
And it's hard to see, right? That one is really hard to see.
Yeah, I can't
see it right here. Right?
Yeah.
American 2188, Greensboro approach, altimeter 3030.
If you keep coming right, you're going to hit it.
Expect runway 23 left.
Then you'll see it.
23 left.
Yeah, we won't do that.
But yeah, see the airport off to the left? It's like roll wings level now. He said expect 3-2, so we'll just keep going like we're going.
Okay.
Towards Grandover. You see Grandover?
I see Grandover now.
That's where we're going. See what I mean? That you kind of pick a heading, like I said, north, and then you find something outside to fly towards.
Okay.
It makes it easier, right?
It does.
360-338.
Because you can look away just for a second and drift off 10 degrees, right? And next thing you know, you fly for any length of time, now you're lost.
Contact
Right?
time maintain 9,000.
9,000, round 43.
Route 43, turn left, direct Elwood.
Direct Elwood, round 43.
Alright, we'll gas on a little bit now, just for engine management.
Navy Lima 882.
Seems to be running pretty good, but I don't know. I don't like that.
Yeah.
Have a good day.
135.2, Lima 882.
I close the ground flaps for a little while.
So this long hand, what does that mean?
500s. So the little hand is pointing at thousands, the little hand is pointing at hundreds. So it's 3,500.
500, so...
So we're right at it. As long as we don't climb. Now we're on it, right? It's holding steady. And I'm looking at the runway. Well, 3-2 goes that way.
Okay.
The airport is like in that cluster, right? You can imagine the big runway's going that way. That's in front of Signature. 3-2 is the one that he said we're probably going to get. There's Old Dominion, the big terminal. That's where I used to work. And Corey, Convention Center. You know, at the mall.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm going to pull your power back. We're going to start down to 2,000 feet now.
Okay.
And 2357 November is going to start our VFR descent.
2357 November, roger.
Alright, so we're going to start gradually. Let it relax, let it sink. I pulled the power back, so it should start sinking here on its own.
57 November, make straight in runway 32. Contact tower 119.1.
Okay, straight in 3-2 over to tower 57 November.
Okay, 338, turn left today.
Alright, so you already handed over every tower, so I'll do that. 21-9. Oh, my whack to me too much. Alright, 21-9. Greensboro Tower, Bonanza 2357 November is with you for 3-2.
November 2357 November, Greensboro Tower. Roger, continue for runway 32 straight into the numbers.
Okay, straight into the numbers, 57 November. Alright, we'll see if she can do straight into the numbers. She likes the S-turn. So right now, I can see the beginning of the runway.
Okay.
I don't know if you know where to look, but I can see the towers for the airport. Do you see the airport?
Yes.
See the opening? That's 3-2. That's where we're aiming, and we're aiming at the beginning of it.
Okay.
So she's saying go straight to the numbers. In other words, she wants us to hurry. Probably there's other traffic she's trying to coordinate with. So she don't want me to fly out here and then straight in. She wants me to go straight in, right? And we're doing good. My speed is good.
Okay.
Because I'm always looking to make sure I'm below that triangle. 152 for my gear, or 154 in this airplane. so I can get gear and flaps. I got to be slow enough for gear and flaps.
4638 Greensboro Tower, Roger.
And I'm actually going to get gear and flaps.
Able 1 Tower.
Yes, ma'am. Can we cancel our landing clearance? It's funny how this timing thing works, but we need to go right back to where we were.
Able 1,
I'm gonna get gear.
Roger, and climb maintain 3000.
We get the lights on. Make sure it's
3,000,
flaps
right
on
now
approach.
towards back where we're going.
And then as it slows, it's going to need the nose up trim.
Just remain this frequency for a minute.
Back to where we were. Able 1.
Venus 30, turn right, heading 320, maintain 3000.
Right turn 320, 3000.
And then we're looking for 122 so I can get full flaps. But we're looking good. And I'm trimming it up as we get slower.
Okay.
That's the Venus guy.
You want to
I think that's.
124.35?
I think Venus is Air Force One's call sign when the president is not on board, when they're just practicing.
Yeah.
I think it's called Venus, and I think that's what that is.
Able 1, contact approach.
One of those military
Right there.
guys training.
I think I saw him come in.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right.
And November 46338, sorry, your VFR descent now for traffic.
We're going to aim right at the numbers, right? Just like we're doing.
November 57, November, runway 32, clear to land, wind calm.
Clear to land 3257 November. So our speed is good. I'm going to go ahead and get full flaps. They're moving.
Trim up.
Nope, we'll let it slow, and I'm just going to hold the yoke so that the nose doesn't try to go down or up until it gets slow. Once I get flaps and it slows a little bit, it should be trimmed again.
Okay.
So now it should be okay, right? Sort of. Might need a little nose up trim, but I'll get to a little bit.
You just orbit right.
So we got 3 green, no red, lights are on, mixtures rich, flaps are full. So all our before landing checks are complete. Only thing we got to do is get rid of the yaw down. According to the VASI, we're high, but we're sinking pretty fast, so we're good.
November 57 November, traffic is a Cessna. They're at the approach end of runway 23 left, at low level, 1,400 and below. They are going to be east of the extended runway center lines, runway 32.
All right, we'll be looking for them 57 November.
November 46338.
He said she's over there somewhere.
1 o'clock and about 5
All right. No. We're going to land. We're clear to land.
Okay.
All right, so I got the airplane. You just kind of follow along with me. We're going to keep it doing about 90, 100.
Okay.
I'm adjusting that with power.
Okay.
So now that the VASI's white and red, we're good, right?
Right.
As far as on the right path.
Tower Venus 30, looking for switch.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just holding it to feel what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Venus 30.
So we're looking good.
Cessna 338, did you hear about the traffic?
Yes, I do.
And that's where we're going to park. I'll drive you over after we park.
32,
Okay.
clear to land, wind calm.
I think that's easier than moving the plane back and forth.
And we're still looking for traffic.
November 338, roger.
So we're keeping it in. We're doing about 90, right? So speed is good. As soon as I'm over the runway threshold, power's coming off. And I'm going to let it sink. And then right in there, I'm going to start gradually pulling back, letting it sink, until we're right above the pavement. Just going to hold it. And then flaps up.
Oh, very smooth.
Cow flaps open. And 57 November. We're going to Dragon's Retreat over there by Jedit.
November 57 November, you need a left turn then?
Yeah, on Alpha 1 is where we're going.
November 57 November, turn left at Alpha, and left turn to Alpha 1, hold short runway 23 left.
Left on Alpha, hold short of 23 left, 57 November. All right, so I'll get the lights off, we'll retrim, I'll open the cow flaps, push that forward, move that back, and we're going to turn here, we're going to hold short of the runway. And then I do 1,000.
November 57 November, cross runway 23 left at Alpha 1, and contact ground 121.9er.
Okay, we're going to cross 23 left on Alpha and then over to ground, 57 November. All right, this is Alpha, not Alpha 1. She got that wrong.
Flight 1
That's all right.
What's the status on the traffic?
All right, nobody's coming.
Number 1 right, Charlie, you can continue with your pipeline.
We'd like to make sure.
Traffic is now a Cessna on a half-mile funnel for runway 32 and 1,400.
Turn the lights back off. Ground Bonanza 2357 November. We're clear 23 left on Alpha. We're going to Alpha 1 to Dragon's Retreat.
Bonanza 2357 November, roger. Continue taxi via Alpha into Dragon's Retreat over there, Swift Air hangar.
Okay, Alpha to the ramp, 57 November. It's not Swift Air. That's Swift Air. We're Dragon's Retreat. I'm going to teach them. I'm going to teach. That what he's like. What? Dragon? What's that?
I heard the sound in her voice. She was like,
Dragon's
what are you talking about?
3681. The American at the end might need a little bit of time.
And we'll judge his landing too, right?
Right.
Yeah, we probably can. We just gotta run the numbers real quick. Rico, 3681.
Alright, I'm gonna bump it to
3681, Roger. You can hold short of Kilo 5, then if you could accept it, make the right turn there and contact tower.
Did you want me to do any rudder, or is that all you right now?
I'm doing it to make sure you don't want to hit my car, right? There's Jetted, though. This is Jagan's retreat.
Oh, okay. I have a very small base.
Well, it's a pretty big hangar.
I mean, it's a big hangar,
surprisingly. Jefferson Pilot used to be in here. I'm gonna park kinda. We're gonna park like this. I might actually spin it around too. Yeah, we'll spin it around so we can push it in easy. Alright, just like this. So avionics comes off, see the avionics switch?
1,000 RPM, which is what I'm at, and then I pull the mixture back, That's it, we wait for it to quit.